Hey guys, it's Danny. Today we are digging up a rose from my garden, which is sadly not doing anything. And it's this one here. This is the Lady of Shalott. Such a pity because I really wanted a pop of orange here. The flowers look amazing. This rose should be a very vigorous, very beautiful rose. But for me, something's up with this particular rose. Something is wrong. I have it for almost 2 months in the ground and it's really not doing anything. Some roses that I purchased together with this one are already making buds and they're all leafed out. This one is not. And I took a very close look at it. The eyes don't really look like they're good anymore. They look kind of dry. I am not entirely sure what's going to happen. The canes are green, which is good. I don't know about the roots. I guess we're going to see, but I'm a little worried since we're going very close to summer now, and if there will be no leaves or anything anytime soon, it might just get scorched here. So I would feel much better if I put this rose in a pot and just shelter it and keep it shaded during the summertime. Who knows, maybe we'll wake up, maybe I can save it. As long as the canes are green, it's still alive, but I don't think it's gonna appreciate the summer very much. So I'm gonna dig it up, and in this place I'm gonna put something, again, a little bit peachy, a little bit orange, that I actually have in a pot. And this is the Bathsheba Rose, which is actually doing very well. It's growing vigorously and I think it deserves to be in the ground because it's a climber, and climbers in pots, not the best of combinations, maybe. So might as well put it here. It has a lot of space here. The other rose is like miles away. So yeah, sadly, Lady of Shalott is not really wanting to grow. So it's time for her to get out of the ground. Right, so let's do this before the sun actually becomes stronger. So actually we do have some tiny roots just starting, but like compared to other roses, yeah, this one has been very, very slow. I think she's gonna be okay, but yeah, I again would feel much safer having this one in a pot, and maybe next year or next autumn or something, just plant it in the ground somewhere when she's gonna have more leaves and she's gonna be much more ready. Now the heat is coming. This will not make it through the summer. So let's just prepare the hole for Bathsheba, which I do presume has a lot more roots. And it's such a weird place to work because I have like a plumeria next to me and it's poking me and stabbing me in the ribs. So not nice. Not nice of you, plumeria. Actually, let's leave it as that. And we're gonna see when we get the Bathsheba if I need to make it bigger than this. By the way, it's very windy. If the audio is very bad, I'm gonna do a voiceover. And this is Bathsheba. Look at her. She is glorious. It will be a bit of a drag to unpot this one. The pot is very heavy, but no turning back. Might as well do what I started. Prepared myself mentally for this. So first thing, remove the obelisk, which will accompany her to her new location, obviously, because as I was saying, this one is a climber, and from what I understand or what I see, it is also a very vigorous and very fast climber. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna need it first year. Now, I'm just going to remove the mulch that I put on top of the pot. I have some tiny mushrooms here. They're from the compost that I use. They're okay. They don't harm anything. And they're also food for the snails. How do I keep my roses from being attacked by snails? I give them stuff to eat. I leave the leaves on the floor or on the ground. I leave the mushrooms, and the snails actually love to eat these things and leave everything alone, because I really do like snails. And if there's one that is eating something he shouldn't, he's just gonna get, tossed in the wilderness that's around my house. But I'm not gonna kill them or anything. I wonder how many roots we're gonna have on Bathsheba compared to Lady of Shalott. Alright, so let's, oh my goodness. That must be like 20 kilos for sure. Alright, let's see what we have here. I'm gonna remove some layers of this potting mix. And then probably I'm just gonna tilt the pot and see if I can pull out the rose together with its entire root ball and the soil and everything. I don't want to break roots or anything, but I find it best to remove like at least some layers of the soil, some layers that don't have roots, because I'm just not gonna carry 20 kilograms around the garden. I use such a big pot because, you know, climbers need space, but it's a big one. It's too big. Again, I'm just removing as much medium as I can. When I see roots, I'm gonna stop and try to pull out the rose. You know, let's try to pull out the rose. Okay, it's coming out. Oop, okay, we have a much more decent root system. Great, so let's go back to where Lady of Shalott was. Right, so let's make a little more space in here. There we go. I'm gonna add some organic fertilizer pellets. They're actually very nice. My plants grow very, very nice when I add this fertilizer. Let's set Bathsheba in. I hope I'm not in front of the camera. There we are. And I will need, oops, I wish I had 3 hands. I will need to hold it in place until I put some of the soil. I'm just adding back the soil that was in here because it's already amended, and it has a great percentage of native soil, which is not bad. It's actually pretty good. It has a good amount of clay and sand, and it's loamy. It's quite loamy, well draining, but water retentive as well. So all I did to improve it a little is add compost to add that organic matter that it actually lacks, and I dare say it is the perfect soil. I'm quite economic with water as well because I added compost and mulch everywhere, on top I mean, so the water just is retained and sits. Just gonna compact it a little around the rose. Just gonna continue to add the soil around. Just pressing the soil around the rose, adding some compost on top. Really curious how the audio of this video will be. I hope not bad. I'm trying not to get in front of the camera too much, and I'm doing gymnastics, honestly. Right, so now just putting back the mulch. Might have to bring some more. I need to put the obelisk, but yeah, I'm gonna do this first. And then just kind of stepping a little on the area just to make sure that everything is compressed. Yeah, need to add more bark. It's okay. I'm gonna add the irrigation system after. I'm working on it. There we go. Bathsheba is planted. Need to put the obelisk, give it a good water. And actually I'm gonna give it a water after. I need to take care of Lady of Shalott so she doesn't dry. So let's do that now, actually. So I'm actually going to do something. I'm going to reuse this particular potting mix because I just have to open a new bag. It's gonna take a little bit of time. And Lady of Shalott, I watered her a little bit, but she's drying, so I wanna get her potted because I don't wanna lose her. And then I can put the obelisk and those things. First, Lady of Shalott. All right, the roots are still wet. That is good. And this pot is a perfect fit for her. Awesome. This is a potting mix that I get locally. It's manufactured in Cyprus, in my country, and it has a great deal of compost already in it. And it actually works brilliantly. It doesn't really have much peat moss. It's mainly, I would say, compost, I would say. And it's actually not very heavy. It's great. I really like it, and it's so affordable compared to everything imported. It's really affordable. I wouldn't go around like using it in terrariums and stuff. As you saw, it comes pre-packed with some mushrooms, which is okay for the garden. They're a sign of organic matter. But yeah, you don't want them in a terrarium. So I wouldn't use it for houseplants, but for the garden and pots outside, I think it's really cool. And I buy a 20-liter bag with 2.5 euros. You cannot beat this price. Okay, she's not very centered. but the rootstock was a little slanted. I feel much better now that I can move her in the shade whenever I want to, because that area she was in, it's getting a lot of sun now, which the roses really enjoy. But if you don't have leaves, there is a risk the canes will get burned, and that's very problematic. Leaves can burn, you can always get new eyes and new growths, but if canes burn, that's not good. Right, I'm relieved now, so I can take care of the other stuff. I don't even need to water it, but I'll give it a bit of water because there might be some air pockets I don't see, but the soil is already wet because it rained yesterday, and it will rain this week some more, so it's gonna be okay. There we go, Lady of Shalott is done. Let's put the obelisk on Bathsheba. Alright, so the problem we're gonna face now is that the bottom legs of the obelisk already have soil in them, so it's pretty much a flat surface, and I will need to push it into the ground. It's not gonna be easy. They're not the best of, obelisks, but they're just what I have here in this area. We're gonna have to do with what we have. Actually, I want to rotate it because there is a bend in the ring that is just not very pretty to look at, so I want it in the back. And now here we go. This is the part I hate the most, because I have to make sure I press all of the legs kind of equally and make sure it's centered. I dislike this procedure. It's working out. And I see a spider friend close to my face. Need to be mindful of him. I like spiders. I just don't like my face to be close to them. All right, here we are. It's done. Of course, I had to wrestle with it because I hit a rock. Why wouldn't I? We have Spider-Man dangling there. He was close to my face, but we managed to avoid third-degree contact. But here we are. It has been done. Oh, I love obelisks. Did I tell you? I think it looks so pretty here. Oh my gosh, but I'm so tired of just, wrestling with it. But we're done. We're good. Right, so I'm gonna catch my breath, drink something, some water, and I will actually give you some updates towards the end of the video of some roses and stuff. Okay, stay tuned. Righty, let me just show you my favorite rose that I find locally. Look at this. Look at this beauty. I have a separate video with the setup that I have here. We're gonna talk about it. I don't know what it is. It does not have a tag. Same story like with the orchids. Some roses just don't have a tag, and that's just awful. It's being sold as a mini rose, but it's anything but mini. And I put it here because I thought it was a bit of a climber. It might not be. The stems are very flimsy. It kind of looks down, so I staked it, as you can see. But it smells amazing. The flowers last an eternity, and this one has that shape that I love. This is the shape I love on roses. This right here. It's white and beautiful and just precious, and it smells so amazing. Very sweet, like an old rose. It's what you expect. Now, I did some digging. It might be the rose called Patience from David Austin, but I'm stretching here. I'm reaching. I don't know if it is, but I don't know of any other rose that looks like this and smells like this. The Patience rose is a cut flower rose, so I don't know about those stems. It might be that when it grows, the stems will become more rigid. It might be that it will just be floppy. I don't know, but I put it here on the trellis because if he wants to climb, he can climb. And I also paired it with a clematis, and it's a beautiful pink clematis. I have another one that I'm gonna put next to Bathsheba actually. Maybe they want to grow together. I don't know how clematis will do here in summer, unprotected from the sun, but we'll see. It's a testing year. So this is a project that I really love, and I love this particular rose. So if you have any ideas what this could be, let me know. As I was saying, I'm leaning towards Patience because I don't know, it just looks a lot like it and smells like it's described, but it's very floppy. The stems are very thin. I don't know. Oh, and it's also own root. This is an own root rose. It's not grafted. Maybe it's because it's a band or it's very young and it will get more rigid in the future. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, it sits here in this shaded, sheltered, let's say, location. If it performs well, it's going in the garden. But since it's so floppy, you know, I kind of want to keep it potted for the first year, and we'll see later what I'm gonna do. Princess Charlene de Monaco did not make it. As you can see, I showed you this one in a previous video, and I was saying that I'm a little worried. It's not looking good. It's completely dry at this point. I'm gonna take it out, put a different rose here. I'm gonna see if the roots look okay. I'm gonna pot it and just try to save it. But she hasn't done well ever since I purchased it. And I purchased it in my first order. Now let me show you some roses from the very same order, how they're doing now. This is Sceptred Isle. It's kind of covered in tiny little buds, but even more so, Julia Child. Oh my goodness, look at this one. So vigorous, so beautiful. Very nice. So yeah, sadly, Charlene de Monaco didn't make it, and I'm a little gutted because I really wanted her, but I will repurchase it next year. No worries. For now, though, I'm thinking of adding either Colette, either something else here. We're gonna see, maybe in a future video. And just to show you, this is blossom time. Does it look like a climber? No, it doesn't. I don't know if it's mislabeled. We shall see. I'm gonna let it bloom first and see what it is. Very vigorous, very nice, but it doesn't look like a climber. We're gonna see what it is, and if it is blossom time, he's gonna take the place of Bathsheba. He's gonna get an obelisk and all of that good stuff. For now, though, I don't know. Mislabeling is rampant here. Let me show you just one more. All right, this is a rose that, again, I purchased locally because I think it's so gorgeous. I'm gonna show you a photo with some opened blooms. Now those blooms are spent and we have some more buds. It's just an amazing looking rose, and it was mislabeled because the tag is this one, which is Orange Trésor. It's not Orange Trésor. It comes from Avramis, by the way. It is Une Mélodie Douce. I think that's what it is, and I identified it from their own website. The funny thing is, when I purchased it, it was the only one in the entire place that was mislabeled, and it was this one, which is the one I wanted. So I got it with a wrong label, but it is the rose I wanted. See what I'm saying? It's just so often that you get mislabeled stuff. I don't understand why. So I'm hoping that the roses that I purchased from the Netherlands, bare-rooted, I'm hoping they're what they're supposed to be. Oh, before I let you go, here's another surprise. Just had to show you the Double Delight as well. He's opening up. He smells very, very nice. I had greater expectations, I will say. Maybe I got a little overhyped about it. Smells very nice, very similar to the one that I think is Patience, the white one, but I like that one better. I'll let it be. But look at this guy. Are we exposed correctly? Now we are. This is Mr. Lincoln. I told you that I think it's gonna die because the canes are drying up, but he's still hanging in there. Look at him. So I'm gonna leave him here. If he decides he wants to grow, he's gonna live here. If not, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna put something else here. I think I have a beautiful red rose. But he's hanging in there. Good job, Mr. Lincoln. I'm hoping he will do okay, but you can see he's very, very weak in comparison to the others. Okay, one more and we go. I promise. I just have to show you Alexandra de Vigneal. She is so vigorous, and the foliage is perfect, and she has buds, and it's a beautiful lavender color that I really like. She has kind of like fluffy petals. I cannot wait to see her blooms. She is growing so nice here. Eden roses grow so nice. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here because I'm gonna show you all the roses. We're gonna save that for a different video. Right, let's get back to the outro. Right, okay, it's time to go because the sun is really shining right now. Bathsheba is in the ground, very happy. I always wanted her in the ground, to be fully honest, because I kind of knew I'm gonna like her no matter what. I might regret it, I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so with that said, thank you guys for joining me today. Hope you're all well, and I hope your gardens are looking amazing, and I cannot speak. Then I'll see you guys next time. Bye!